Okay, YouTube, I'm back with another video. As you can see, I made some progress. Look at it. It's just tacked in there. Just temporary at this point so I can get a feel for what I need to do from here on out. In the last video, let me take you around here. The last video I made, I showed you guys, explained to you how this panel veers outward towards the back. So I explained to you I was going to set this underneath here and take my Sharpie. That's exactly what I did. I slid the tub underneath this, took my Sharpie and drew my line down all the way front to back, and I got it in there. Like I said, I made some relief cuts just to be able to bend this panel the way I needed it. I also made a few in the back. Now I'll show you the piece I cut out so you can get an idea of how much I cut out. This is the piece that I cut out. This would be the front side. So if we look at it this way, you can see I cut quite a bit off of the front. And as it gets to the back, it tapers down to nothing. Now that's the piece that I trimmed out so that it would fit the curve of the body. Now, like I said, it's tacked in there. I got a nice tacks on it. And I just wanted to do that the way I could see. If I can show you guys up under here. My line is nice. The previous owner of this car, I guess, they got like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch of, I don't know what it is, honestly. Looks like some kind of cheap body undercoating or something. I know it's hard as hell to get off, but I just took a wire wheel and kind of got a little bit of it. But now I'm at a point where this is the end of my panel. This is sitting right on the floor. Like I said, it's tack welded in. Everything is in there. But of course, I'm gonna have to cut this out. Now you see the seat belt. I got some rust issues over here. All of this will be addressed. I'm just trying to get everything the way I need it and get it all mocked up. And I'm not 100% sure, but I might go ahead and cut all of these tacks back out once I make my piece here. And what I'm thinking is, I got a lot of cardboard laying around, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna take me some cardboard and make me a template to fill in all of this area. Because of course, if you look right here, I'm over all of this metal. So some of this is gonna get cut out. We'll say 1.5 inches of this is gonna get cut away. So, you know, I got rust issues here. All of that'll be addressed. I'm just trying to get everything mocked up and figure out exactly my next steps. I'm gonna take some cardboard. Like I said, I'm gonna make me a template to fill all of this in. As you can see in the back, I explained to you guys in the last video, the actual trailer fender from Tractor Supply isn't long enough. So I know in the back I'm gonna have to add a piece back here to fill all of this in. And of course, this part of the trunk pan is also gonna be cut out and everything will be boxed in. Like I said, I'm at a little standstill because I haven't had anybody out to hook my 220 plug up for my big compressor. And I would like to use my body saw to make these cuts because I know it'll be a lot harder with the grinder trying to get it in there and, you know, cut the panel and all of this stuff. I'm not worried about this. This is my seat belt where your back seat belt's bolted. I'm not worried about that. Not really gonna have very many people in the back seat, I don't assume. And if they do, they'll just have to hold on, I guess. But like I said, I got some rust issues. All of that'll be taken care of. Of course, this will get cut out here, cut out here. All of this will be boxed in. Now let me show you the inside. Once this is cut out here, Now this is underneath of the car. You can see where it butts up against the bottom. So of course, once this gets cut out, this will have to be extended down as well, because you see the old one came down in here. Now you got your frame here, all of that. So it's not going to come all the way down, but we got about, we'll say 2 inches gap. Once all of this metal is cut away, I'll have to extend this down about 2 inches. Then I'll come over and I'll box all of this in here. Now my frame hasn't been notched yet, so in the back, I'm looking at where I'll need to cut it. Try to get out of the light so you can see. Now all of this, of course, this will get extended down. All of this will be cut out. Now my frame is right here, so when you notch these frames on these G bodies, you have a body mount right here. My body mount hole is actually rusted out, so you know, a lot of guys just weld washers in there. That's what I end up doing. Weld me a nice thick washer in there to fix this hole for my actual body mount to bolt to. And on previous frames that I've notched, what I've done is I've cut it here and I've wrapped my metal around tight to this body mount. So the body mount is still in this location here, but this metal just wraps tight around and comes in, and then your frame comes up with the notch. So that's going to give me some clearance for this metal to be cut out right here. You can see all of this. And you know, this is going to come down. So we got probably 2 inches of metal right here that's going to be cut out. You can see on the factory one, it came all the way down in here. And I'll fill all of this in, and I'll probably have it stop just like right here, like how this metal did. But it'll all be boxed in. Like I said, I'm going to make a cardboard template to fill all of this in and get all of the cuts that I need. Try to get it in one big piece of cardboard if I can. If not, if I have to, you know, tape a few pieces together, that's fine too. But like I said, I just wanted to give you guys an update. Also, just a reminder, this is a V8 car. Fuel lines do run down the passenger side. The fuel tank is still in the car, if you can see. So I have to be very careful of the fuel line. There's no motor or tranny in this car, so I'm sure it's probably not a lot of fuel in the tank, but haven't really checked it out. So before I just go cutting in here with the body saw or the grinder, I'm going to make sure to either drop the fuel tank and make sure it's empty and get it out of my way, or I'll figure something out. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update, show you. I'm actually pleased with the way the Tractor Supply fender has worked out so far. You know, I knew it was going to have to be extended there and here, and you know, I was all right with that. No big deal. It just gave me the basic structure to start with, and I'm fairly happy with how it actually turned out. Turn this light down for you guys. You know, it looks good. It follows the arch well. Let me show you this part here. Turn the light back on for you. Let me walk around this side. I told you guys before, this little tab stuck down right here. You can see it. All I did was, like I said, I was going to weld it. I took the welder and I welded this bar around this bottom. And I actually just cut a little piece of scrap metal right here. And I just welded a piece of scrap metal into this, from here to this little spring bar that they use for the trunk. And just kept it, you know, a few tack welds and welded around the bottom, made it solid. So it's good, it's not going anywhere. And you can see I just lucked out and I got maybe a 3/8 clearance right there between the actual mini tub and this trunk hinge bucket, which I'm actually grateful for that, because I didn't really want to have to move the damn trunk hinges around and try to modify all of that. So that saved me a lot of work and a lot of time. I'm happy about that. I just wanted to give you guys an update. I'll be doing some work tonight, hopefully. Like I said, I want to get this template made out of cardboard at least. Take you over here and show you. I got a buddy. He works at a actual steel yard. I work inside of a steel mill, but we don't have access to the steel. But my buddy works in a steel yard where the finished product goes, and he gets me sheets of this. This here is I think this sheet is 18 gauge mild steel. It's a flat roll. I mean a flat sheet, 4x8 sheet. You can see I've cut a considerable amount of it off. I've used it to patch floor pans and everything since I've had it. This sheet is like, I think $44, his price. So maybe to the general public it's probably, you know, between 55 and 60 bucks. But it's worth it. You get a 4x8 sheet. I mean, like I said, I've cut a significant amount of it out, and I still got a lot left. Comes in handy for anything. And honestly, I could have tried to cut pieces out of this and tried to form my own mini tub. And you know, it's possible. But like I said, that Tractor Supply fender, I think it was $42 after tax. And you know, I'm cheap. I'm trying to do this as cheap as possible, but I'm actually grateful. I'm actually grateful for having that base to start with, because that saved me a lot of time. And at this point in this build, you know, I'm doing all of this stuff, and this is my only garage, so I actually do side jobs for guys, and so this car is actually holding up a lot of things. So I'm trying to get this mini tub done, get it to a stopping point where it's all finished and I feel comfortable with it, and be able to move this car out of the garage temporarily to do some other side jobs to generate some extra money to buy, of course, more car parts. But I appreciate everybody that's been watching and following this series. I'm trying to make these videos as detailed as possible without boring you guys to death. I hope everybody likes the videos and comment any questions you have. Appreciate your time.